on? We're rolling? Hello everyone, my name is Douglas Waltz. We're here with Old Man Comic Book Reviews. Not a lot, just some, not like last week's. We're going to start off first with one of my favorite, Bettie Page. If you don't know who Bettie Page is, you need to go. I'm not going to put up with that anymore. Bettie Page is an actual human person who has passed away a while now, and she used to be a pinup girl. And she would do, I always get the cover with the actual pictures of Bettie Page. They have so many covers. Here, just for giggles, let's see, A, B, C, D, E, there's a lot. There's like 18 varieties of covers. And Betty's in a movie set, and there's a murder, and she's trying to help solve the murder. It's Betty's always getting up to something, which is fun. And there's the thing that made me think that it was sweet was there was pictures someone found of her doing her photography from back in the day, and there's actual live poses that I remember seeing of, and they drew that, so that was kind of sweet. I liked that. Good book. If you haven't read it, there are a ton of them. Just because this says issue 4, that's just issue 4 of the current run. Alright, Daredevil, ooh, number 25. Doesn't Marvel usually like to stick like a double, whatever in it? Anyways, Elektra goes and visits Matt in prison. Matt finds out that Elektra knows that Matt and Daredevil are the same person. Apparently he didn't know that. There's a new Daredevil in town, which I thought was a good idea. It's interesting to read this, because now there's a thing with the Hand, which is the ninjas, and apparently they need to have a king and a queen come together to defeat the Hand once and for all. And Matt, Daredevil, being the king, and Elektra being the queen. And Elektra walks into prison like it's a country club. So it doesn't feel much like prison. It's a good book, but it doesn't feel much like prison. Then we are off to the races! Sonic the Hedgehog! I can't believe we're up to issue 35. I remember when we first started buying this for the granddaughters, and then they kind of read it, but then they didn't kind of read it, and now I read all of them, and it just keeps sucking you in. Sonic's off to help Rouge the Bat, and there's the whole cast of characters shows up. I mean, everybody's in it. Shadow's in it, Rouge the Bat's in it, Sonic the Hedgehog's in it, somebody makes a chili dog joke, there's a possum they have to fight, and there's going to be an avalanche. I'm pretty sure Sonic can outrun an avalanche, so no worries there. Also, a great all-ages book, but if you don't start from the beginning, you will be lost. That's just how it works. Savage Avengers, the book I keep waiting for him to cancel. This is interesting. They're fighting, what's his name? Shuma Gorath or something? Shuma Gorath. Wow, look at that. I did it all by myself. And for this one, we get Son of Satan, Elektra, Punisher, Black Widow, and Wolverine. There is a lot of bloodshed. This might be the bloodiest issue of Savage Avengers I have ever seen. Wolverine and Frank Castle do a pretty good job. Black Widow throws everyone off by showing off her boobs. She gives like an acre of cleavage, and everyone's like, humma, 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 and then Elektra comes along and kills everybody, because that's just how that works. So it's still the same plot. Shuma Gorath trying to take over the world, and people thinking that they're smarter than the Savage Avengers, and they're not. I mean, Wolverine shreds this one poor guy to pieces. They put one guy in a wood chipper just so he won't come back from the dead. So that's always a good time. Still continuing. Can't believe it. DC got rid of another book, but that's okay because we knew it was 12 issues. The Metal Men is over. They have gone about their ways. Some of them are going to go on the convention circuit because they found out people like to see them. Platinum's hanging out with Doc Magus. Gold's going to find out what it's like to be Gold. Tin found a robot girlfriend that he's trying to bring back that I vaguely remember her name, but I don't. And it just wraps it up. It was a good 12-issue run except for the Dark Universe stuff, and that was just awful. New crossover. The only reason I'm getting it is because if we look at the list for the crossover, assuming they have it in, of course they don't have it in here, half the books I buy are already going to be in it, so why not get it? Justice League! Endless Winter. And near as I can tell, it's a frost giant. I don't know how that works, seeing how that's not Marvel. And I don't remember them bringing up Norse mythology in the DC universe at all. He calls himself the Frost King. And apparently the reason he's in power is because the Fortress of Solitude was in this spot. So now he has Kryptonian stuff going on. So he's super duper strong. So it's interesting. Very Norse mythology thing going on at the time. But you know, if you've read any issues of Thor, you know what's going on. But so yeah, it's like this is, I don't know, like 4 issues, and then there's 4 crossover issues. I think I get stuck buying a Superman and a Teen Titans. I never would, but that's not bad since they've canceled, you know, all my other DC books. I can buy a couple out of order books. And a new number 1 to finish out the show for Queen and Country, the Union. That's right, it's a British superhero group. I know who Union Jack is because I used to read The Invaders way back in the day when The Invaders was a thing. So I know who Union Jack is. I kind of know who Kelpie is. I sort of know who Britannia is. I don't know who these other people are. There's a really big guy. I think someone said his name was Snake. Let me see. There's the choir. Apparently the choir can sing and do things mind control wise. Kelpie does water. Snakes is a giant man whose face we don't see. And then there's Union Jack. They start right off with an ugly dragon. I do believe they said this was a 5-issue miniseries, so it's just introducing us to the new British group. I always thought the British group was Excalibur, but this is like a government British group. The greatest news that was in this entire book is, as you may know, I read the Shang-Chi miniseries, and they're doing in January, The Legend of Shang-Chi #1 comes out. I'm hoping it's a continuing book. It does not say. So we will find out when that comes out in January, because you know I'm going to buy it. So, yep, the Union. Paul Grist, never heard of him. He also helps draw it, along with Andrea DeVito. They got, Paul also helps ink it. And then Drew Garassi and LeBeau Underwood also help ink it. So this is like an old Image book where you have 8 guys inking the book and 1 guy doing the rough pencils. And it looks good. It's a nice British government super teen book, The Union. So that's all we got for this week. As always, I never look ahead, so I have no idea. Next week could be 12, could be 2. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.